Ah, the B-29. I made other videos about the B-29. Like I say, I only really remember exactly the rear engine model, which was built in Germany and was also featured Rolls-Royce Merlin engines on the backside. It was a pusher prop, of course, four engine, beautiful plane. Um, and it was actually built as a test. There was only like three or four, I forget how many built originally. But it was built in Germany by itself before it came to America, or built somewhere around Germany and Britain, somewhere in there. And it was originally built by German scientists with a few other groups taking part, basically leaders in flight, pretty much. And I'm not sure if it was before World War One or if World War One had happened and then ended, and then that was built, and then World War Two. Um, because there's like this cooling off. There's like this thing where it started, war started to happen, and then I had better stuff, and I was like, no war. And because I had much better equipment, I was like, no, we're going to end this right now. Um, and then and then it was built as a test thing, and it was taken to America to show to me or whatever, or to be tested out. And it took about 2 years to deconstruct it and get all the fabrication stuff for building it. And I think when things started getting bad in Germany, um, well, beforehand, I had actually sent German fabrication people, the people who worked in the German factory, to America or something, and they were helping the Americans get ready to build it even faster. And I think the mood in Germany was actually deteriorating, and we were going into World War II. Like I say, it's one of those time space thing. Originally, Earth didn't have any war at all, and then because it was possible to build these planes and possible to build bombs, other groups started misusing them, maybe, or cannons or whatever. Because, like I said, I had done a lot of stuff with cannon and guns and stuff like that. And then certain people started thinking that they could use them or something like that. And things started getting bad. And um, like I said, originally I was in Germany, and then I moved to America. And there were scientists disappearing and all kinds of really bad stuff. And it was getting really bad and really hectic and chaotic. And then finally there was like this move where we started building them, and we built some of them, and then America decided to build its own thing because it said that that version was impractical, which that version was basically just a reconnaissance aircraft or just to enjoy flying, have a nice big bubble front. It wasn't really meant for like real war. It was actually originally it was designed to like I said originally it had the big bomb bay doors in the back, and that was for paratroopers to jump out and stuff. We were going to test out some ideas. We were playing around with flight. The B-29, or the original bomber, was built to play around with flight. It wasn't really meant for any kind of war or anything like that. It was like quickly converted over to what's called, like I said, I had four aircraft that were rear engine pushers, and I think they went to the front lines, and some of them got shot down. My four got shot down trying to defend people, I think, or something like that. And that's when things turned around because I had expert pilots, of course, test pilots. They would fly for me and fly for freedom, or fly for what I believed in, which was basically peace and freedom. And so basically, I guess my one of mine or two of mine were shot down, and then my factories went into production or something like that to do whatever. I'm not exactly sure. Like I say, I don't really know. I was possibly kidnapped, taken hostage, and basically removed from the situation or something like that. But basically, I'm, and I was moved to America to where I could create my laws and create equality and freedom and peace and human rights and equality and fair enforcement and stuff. Decide all that stuff and then set that down. And then America became, my values because they're my bombers, my aircraft, my tanks. I had been developing all this stuff way beforehand. So, and I would stand, between those who would hurt people. Like I said, it doesn't matter if I had a Roman Spartan army. It didn't matter if I had villagers with pitchforks. Except with bigger weapons, we stand for peace and freedom better. Um, but anyway, like I say, my values, my laws, my constitution, my everything basically. What America stands for. Our planes fly to keep innocent people from dying. That's why we fly. That's what my planes were for, if anything. Actually, they were really for food and stuff, and just playing around. But like I say, I had to stand for something, and found myself in between. Like I say, my test pilot. It was really just a test pilot program. It was just early planes. They were actually supposed to be for transporting people and stuff, just cruising around Earth. I mean, it wasn't. They weren't even really supposed to be for bombers. But like I said, I found certain things being misused. So, and I acted to stop that, and got messy. So, anyway, story of the B-29 is actually a complicated story. Like I say, it was actually the first bomber before the Flying Fortress, and originally built by Germany or with Germany and other things. And anyway, like I said, I only had like 4 planes back then. I think I had 4 of them, or I would only build like 4 or 6 of each plane. But 4 or 6 of each plane, when you're the only one with planes, is more than enough. So, like I said, I didn't strafe targets for no reason. I didn't really strafe anyone. Like, they didn't even really supposed to have weapons, actually. It said the P-51 Mustang was actually Pleasure 51 and was for pleasure. So was the P-38. I was just going to, they were trying to get vertical and stuff. Wasn't even supposed to have weapons. But there happened to be a nice little spot for them to be mounted. So, anyway, yeah. So, I don't know, Hitler, somebody, like I said, I'm Lucifer, the real Lucifer with an S. And I was actually the longtime old creator of humanity, just on vacation and kicking it, and or relaxing, I mean. And I found myself against some people that felt differently, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I don't like to see women and children killed or women raped. I don't like to see people forced to do things. I have never had a problem encouraging or talking people into doing whatever I wanted. I said it's very simple. It's for you. I was always one of those. I'm the first leader of humanity, first president, first leader of the earth, because creator. It's very simple. And like I say, I didn't like my humans. I didn't like to see even my people in my country being hurt or abused, or shot by weapons just because of the color of their skin. It angered me. Like I said, I didn't want to see women and children running because they were going to get raped or killed. So, or hurt because of what they believed in. It's like, even if you don't believe in me, even if you don't think Lucifer exists, it doesn't mean you should die. Anyway. So, yeah. Anyway. They're actually built for my vacation so I could fly around and have fun. But, like I say, things change. And so I did with it. So did my people. They flocked to America where it was safe to do science and freedom. And they built wondrous things. Anyway, that's the B-29 story. Kind of. It's really complicated, but yeah, anyway. So, and yes, I do love people, and yes, I do always have significantly cared about them.